What you have here is a situation where, Joe Manchin was the player who, Washington really just had to sort of bend to his will, and he was really reluctant.
Breaking news! Xiaomi, a household name in smartphones and electronics, is now entering the electric car market. Their price, as it stands, competes with the EV giant Tesla. Their entry into the EV market has completely shaken its foundation. Now, the pressing question arises. What does this mean for the EV market? Is now the best time to get an EV? Let's find out. Let's begin with a piece of good news. If you want to buy an electric car, you're lucky. It's a good time for buyers. Prices are getting lower and more companies are selling electric cars. In places like China, there are too many electric cars. BYD, the leading electric car maker in China, even started thinking of selling their cars in other countries a few years ago. But that's not the best part. A new company has entered the competition and wants to be the best. What's this new company? We're talking about Xiaomi, of course. Xiaomi is now entering the electric car market. Last week was a big moment for them. They introduced their very first electric car, a fancy sedan named the Speed Ultra 7, or SU7. The leaders of rival electric car startups NIO Xpeng and Li Auto were important guests at the Xiaomi SU7 launch gathering. During the event on Thursday, Xiaomi CEO displayed various add-ons including an in-car refrigerator, a personalized front window shade, and a smartphone holder. Some of these accessories are offered for free with the purchase of the car until the end of April, while others are available for a separate fee.
Recently, the Xiaomi SU7 car has become a very hot topic on Chinese social media. Initially, people were crazy about ordering it, but soon quality issues surfaced one after another, which led to buyer regrets and consumer rights protests.
He also mentioned that the SU7 is compatible with Apple's CarPlay and can connect with iPads. Additionally, he also showed driver assistance features for both highways and city driving, which are expected to be fully accessible in China by August. Now let me tell you, this car was a huge hit. In just one day after it was introduced, Xiaomi got over 88,000 orders. Now there's a big list of people waiting to get one. Some people might have to wait for about 6 months to get their car. It's a huge success for Xiaomi. Their new car is already a hit, even though it hasn't even hit the streets yet. What's remarkable about this new EV? The regular SU7 was claimed to outperform the Tesla Model 3 in over 90% of its features, except for two where Xiaomi might take 3 to 5 years to catch up with Tesla. Moreover, the SU7 boasts a minimum driving range of at least 700 kilometers, about 435 miles, on a single charge, whereas the Model 3 can only manage 606 kilometers. The Xiaomi CEO posted on social media that the SU7 would be the top sedan priced under 500,000 yuan, $69,328. The car is entering a very competitive market in China, where lots of companies are introducing new models and lowering prices to stay in business. Chinese tech giant Huawei has also teamed up with regular car makers, notably introducing the Aito brand, whose cars are often showcased in Huawei phone stores. Now here is the thing. After Xiaomi launched their EV, the company's stock price shot up by 16%, which is a big increase. Also, their market value went up by more than $7 billion, making it worth a lot. Today, Xiaomi's value reached $55 billion. That's more than big car companies like General Motors and Ford. General Motors is worth $52 billion, and Ford is worth $53 billion. But Xiaomi at $55 billion is worth even more. Xiaomi's electric car has given them a huge boost. Right now, you can only buy the SU7 in China, but people all over the world are talking about it. But how is Xiaomi catching the whole EV's attention? The reason is simple. Xiaomi's business plan is to offer great prices. The cheapest model costs about $29,000, which is almost 25 lakh rupees. Now let's compare that to a Tesla. A Xiaomi car costs at least $4,000 less than a Tesla.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk making a very bold prediction when it comes to artificial intelligence.
My guess is that we'll have AI that is smarter than any one human, probably around the end of next year.
Tesla's Model 3 currently holds the title of the best-selling new energy sedan in China, but with Xiaomi's latest entry, everything could shift. Other leading EV companies in China fall short in comparison. Autohome reports that BYD's Han sedan starts at 169,800 yuan, NIO's ET5 begins at 298,000 yuan, and Xpeng's P7 is priced at 209,900 yuan. Additionally, Geely-owned Zeekr's 007 sedan is listed at 209,900 yuan, according to Autohome's data. But there is a catch. At this price, Xiaomi isn't making any money. In fact, they're losing money on every car they sell. They'll lose about $10,000 for each car. So competing with Tesla at this price level is hurting Xiaomi financially. Let's look at an assessment by City Research. According to reports, if Xiaomi manages to sell 60,000 cars this year, the company could end up losing a hefty sum of 4.1 billion yuan, which is approximately equal to $56 million US dollars. So, the more cars they sell, the more money they're likely to lose, based on current projections. Which brings us to the question, why is Xiaomi doing this? Well, because it can, and the Chinese state is helping it. So here is the thing, in China, there's no strict separation between the government and society like in democratic countries. The Chinese Communist Party, which basically is the government, controls everything. This includes private businesses. It's like they're all in it together, with the government as both a partner and the top boss. Everyone involved understands this, even if it's not written down for outsiders to see. So with the support, Xiaomi can afford to reduce the price so much.
Xiaomi is better known as a phone maker, but now it's about to start deliveries of its first electric vehicles. The Chinese firm says customers will get its initial SU7 sedans later this month.
But wait, there's more. Xiaomi also has a cash reserve of $15 billion. That's a lot of money right there. Xiaomi is able to handle the price competition and the losses because it has this support. But here is the thing, Xiaomi isn't making these cars by itself. They're working with a state-owned company called the BIC Group to manufacture them. The company making the Xiaomi EVs is the BIC Group. China already has a big EV setup. Xiaomi is just using it to step into a new market and shake things up. They're willing to bear a temporary loss to establish themselves in the EV industry, and China's government support is aiding them in this endeavor. But besides establishing themselves, does Xiaomi not have any other plans? Are they deliberately choosing to keep losing money just to gain a foothold in the EV market? No, Xiaomi doesn't plan to keep losing money just because they have it. The SU7 plays a crucial role in Xiaomi's recent strategy called Human X Car X Home. This strategy aims to connect various gadgets through its new HyperOS operating system. Although Xiaomi earns most of its revenue from selling phones, around 30% of its income comes from selling home appliances and other consumer goods. Even though Xiaomi is known for making affordable products, its president Lu Weibing told CNBC earlier this year that since 2020, the company has been focusing more on making higher quality items.
It's a great pleasure to be here today. A little bit cold though. This is actually the first time that Xiaomi is representing itself at the World Economic Forum. And it's because we are now present in 90 countries globally. Our revenue in the third quarter of 2019 from overseas market is now about 49% of our total revenue.
He also mentioned that there are roughly 20 million people who buy products in that higher price range. That's a significant amount of revenue, and it appears that was Xiaomi's goal all along. But wait, there is more. Beijing has invested heavily in developing infrastructure for EVs, pouring $28 billion into subsidies and tax breaks for EV manufacturers from 2019 to 2023. These incentives attracted numerous companies, turning China into the globe's largest EV market. Now, the market is saturated, boasting over 200 car makers producing both EVs and hybrid vehicles. This robust support from Beijing has transformed China's automotive industry, making it easier for companies like Xiaomi to enter the fray and capitalize on the EV market. With such a crowded market, competition is fierce, but the government's backing provides a solid foundation for newcomers like Xiaomi to thrive and make their mark. Last year, China reduced certain subsidies, prompting these 200 companies to seek opportunities in markets beyond China. The whole world must remain vigilant because a fierce competition is coming. Does China pose such a significant threat? Yes, even the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has already given warnings about China's actions. She says China is using the whole world as a dumping ground for its products. They have more electric vehicles than people buying them, so they're selling their cars to other countries. Let's quote it, exactly as she did. "I'm concerned about China having too many products because it messes up prices worldwide and affects how much stuff other countries can make. This hurts American businesses and workers, as well as businesses and workers all over the world. Are the US the only ones noticing this? No, Europe is also worried. A report says that 1 out of every 4 electric vehicles sold in Europe this year will come from China. That's a big chunk. Chinese EV companies are also looking at India, like BYD, which is the world's largest seller of EVs right now. Just last month, BYD said it plans to take over 90% of India's EV market by the end of 2024. That's just crazy. The Chinese are really coming for everyone, and it's not just about selling the best car anymore. It's about causing more harm to the other side. It's not fair because Chinese companies get help from the government. They make prices lower on purpose and stop other companies from competing. So, governments worldwide must act and keep their markets and companies safe from this unfair competition by China. What do you think? Will Chinese companies take over the EV market? Will Xiaomi SU7 be a major success in the US? Is this the end of Tesla domination? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you.